In this tutorial, I'd like to show you how we can combine large data sets that were taken a few years apart using different cameras. We'll use older telescope live data that were taken using an FLI PL9000 CCD camera along with newer data taken using a QHY 600M CMOS camera. Note the different field of view of the CMOS data and the slight difference in orientation of the galaxy. None of this poses a problem for my favourite stacking software, Astro Pixel Processor or APP. It's incredibly efficient at stacking very large data sets and is hugely reliable. I recently created a nice image of NGC 6744 using the data, and a wealth of detail became visible, particularly in the core as well as the many faint background galaxies. Both datasets are available from the Telescope Live image download web page. You can start off by visiting the Observation Bundles page and you'll see 3 available datasets. For this tutorial I used the 20-hour and 40-minute CCD set and the 9-hour and 45-minute CMOS set. With APP up and running, I began by clicking on the Load tab and then clicking on the Light button below. I loaded the CMOS data first. Now we go back to the Light tab to load the CCD data. I'm using just a small fraction of the total datasets to speed things along. Once the program parameters are confirmed, we can proceed to the full dataset. APP helpfully colour codes the loaded sub-exposures. Note the useful information displayed in the different fields such as exposure times, camera used, file dimensions, etc. It's easy to automate the procedure, but I'd like to show you how we can run through the steps to fine-tune how APP works. We can step right past the calibrate stage as all the sub-exposures were calibrated by Telescope Live before downloading. Click on the Analyze Stars tab to open the menu, and here we'll find some very useful information. It's a simple menu, so click on the Analyze Stars button to start the analysis. This will take a while, especially if you're using an older computer. Expand the view so that we can see what the analysis has revealed. The green graph line shows the quality score attributed by APP and is a measure of the star quality based on several factors. The exposures are grouped per filter. There will usually be a spread in the data caused by atmospheric seeing, focus, guiding quality, etc., and this will be measured against the frame deemed to be the best, known as the reference frame. If there are any rogue frames shown, I recommend that they are removed at this stage by right-clicking on the data point and selecting Remove from the drop list. Be careful not to choose Delete, and this will permanently delete the file, although you will be warned first. The next step is very important. Click on the Register button to open the menu. Now this is a lot more complex than most of the others, and some experimentation will be required. And it's for this reason we are working with the small data sets for now. We can work down the menu. After a small amount of trial and error, I used the following options: quadrilaterals, scale start 1, scale stop 5, flip descriptors in XY, ticked using dynamic distortion correction, unticked same camera and optics, registration mode normal, but everything else was left on the default values. Click Start Registration. The graph view looks a little bit scattered, but this is absolutely fine. Note that more details have been included in the file list. You can refer to the legends below to find out about those. Now, it's possible that you may get a warning here about some frames that can't be registered. These can be removed from the stack, or you can try changing some of the register parameters. There is useful information available by hovering the cursor over the individual menu fields, and this might help you along. But happily, we're okay to proceed. Click on the Normalise tab and then Normalise Lights. This will allow APP to try to even out the image backgrounds, as this huge dataset will have been taken over many nights, and there will be some variations that can be corrected. Now we can click on the final tab, Integrate, and most of this can be left on the default values. Working down, I chose Integrate per channel, Integrate Automatic, Multi-band blending, enable MBB with a value of around about 27%. At the bottom of the menu, I clicked on Set Save Directory to hold the stacked files, and then Integrate to start the procedure after choosing a suitable file name, such as, for example, 6744. After a short time, APP will output the 4 master frames, and these will be shown in the file list at the bottom of the page. We can view these by double clicking on them one at a time. Even with a very small set, the images look great. Note the slight offset between the frame boundaries due to minor orientation differences. The uneven edges can be cropped later and any small gradients removed if necessary. Finally, we can use APP to combine the red, green and blue master frames into an RGB image. Click on the Tools tab and then click on the Combine RGB tab. Use the RGB1 option, then click on the Add Channel tab. We go through this and select all of the RGB master frames. From the menu, click OK to load each of the files. Once completed, click on the Recalculate button to open the colour image. Click on the left-hand Save button to save the combined image as a 32-bit FITS image. Now click Cancel to exit the menu. The new RGB image is now visible in the file list, so we can double click on it to open the image. Okay, this has been a proof of concept video up to now. With everything working, we can load the full dataset and run the stack. We'll end up with 4 very high quality master LRGB frames. And in the next video, I'll show you how I processed the image using AI based tools. I'll see you then.